All right, what up, though? You're rocking with another episode of TNT. I'm Tezz, he's Trent, and T. Before we start off, I am sick.
I'm also sick, maybe for a different reason.
Before we start off, thank you for everybody that's tuning in. We always like to show an attitude of gratitude. How's your day been? Everything good?
It's been good. Yeah, you guys did a killer crossover episode this morning. I realized this. I'm big on self-evaluation.
Yeah.
I realized you start every show by asking me how I'm doing. I never ask you how you're doing.
Yeah, man. You know,
maybe it's because in the back of my mind, I know you're doing fine.
I mean, you know, we all going through stuff, but for the most part, I'm healthy. I'm alive. I got my family. We're doing big things here. We just had Funny Salesman on Crossover.
Yes.
He check it out. So, you know, in the grand scheme of things, no, do I have millions of dollars yet? No, and I would never be satisfied until I get that. Period.
Never stop grinding.
Yeah.
Also, I got to say this. I got to shout out my buddy Kyle because I was at a wedding this past weekend, and he told me, he said, hey, I love what you guys are doing. I love the reels and stuff. But he told me, he said, when you wear shorts, it looks like you don't have pants on.
That's crazy.
So that's why I got the joggers on today. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Okay, I see you. I didn't, and it's gonna be 80 degrees today. And shout out to the
of
OG,
all days,
Tim Hardaway. You got his jersey on too.
I thought he would get a kick out of that.
Yeah. So let's get straight into it because I'm about to go crazy.
Yeah.
The Pistons' best season in nearly 2 decades came crashing down after the Cavs gave us belt to they beat us by 30.
Humiliated.
31, 125-94.
And
right?
let's quickly just spend a minute on that right there. Just a moment on that, because you said best season they've had in almost 30 years, because you're right, or 20 years. For me, like the age gap that we have, I don't even remember the 04 team. I remember those players.
Okay.
But I was 4 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so for me, this was a really fun ride with this team.
It was a fun ride.
And to come crashing down like that in Game 7. I mean, you saw some better Pistons basketball in the 90s and stuff. But for me, this was it.
And here's the thing. Third largest defeat by a 60-win team in NBA playoff history. Pistons trailed by 17 at the half. Second largest halftime deficit ever by a number 1 seed in the Game 7. Before this Game 7 home loss, the Pistons were 5-0 all time in Game 7s at
home.
I know.
They had so much going for them, Tezz. All the trends and everything that people were looking at.
I picked the Pistons in 6, right? I did not think that we were going to come back home and lay an egg like that. By 30?
That's the thing. If you would have lost on a buzzer beater to a guy like Donovan Mitchell, who had dropped 40 plus in the series, that kind of thing, that's one thing. But to just get humiliated, get beaten every single quarter, game's over before it really even starts. All the cliches, right?
They were getting murdered from the tip. You can tell from the tip that Cleveland was in control of the whole game. And to me, I can't explain that because you have to I don't want to hear that you're tired. I don't want to hear that whatever the excuse is, you have to get up for Game 7. Game 7 at home crowd, LCA, energy is great. Everybody's in a building. And you get popped by 30.
And you've already shown in this specific playoffs, you've shown that you can get up for a Game 7. They did it against Orlando, right? So there's no excuses, man.
K, look, nothing bad to say about K. K, the amount of responsibility that this man has to bear on his shoulders
for an entire season
is diabolical. 13 points, 5 of 16, 0 for 7 from 3, 5 dimes. K averaged 28, 7, and 5 this postseason. Right? Jalen Duren, love you to death, 22 years old. I hope you get the bag. 7 points, 9 rebounds.
Makes you think.
Right?
Makes you hesitate a little bit, right?
Look.
Don't get me wrong. I think the Pistons will match whatever anyone else puts out there.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that value went down.
7 playoff games under 10 points, only 6 all regular season. He averaged 10.5 points per game. 8.5 rebounds. He's now eligible for a 5-year, $240 million max. Once again, I'm always a proponent of anybody getting a bag. Get your bag.
Money. Yeah.
I ain't mad at that. I ain't gonna that. Now that's a hater. No, he shouldn't get paid this. No.
Yeah.
Get paid your bag. But dog, we need you to play like next season. You need to take this sample size next season and get better, dog. If you come out and balling, at this point, I don't care what you do in the regular season. I don't care what Jalen Duren does in the regular season.
Yeah.
do it in the playoffs. We know what you can do. We know that you're an all-star.
I'm glad you said it that way because that's what it is, Tezz. It's like it's not like he was inconsistent throughout the season. He was consistent the whole time. It's then you get to the playoffs and then it's a huge drop-off.
And amnesia.
And there's a difference there.
Yeah. And Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell, 26, 8-6. Evan Mobley, 21, 12-6. Jared Allen, 23-7. Sam Merrill off the bench. First time in Cavs history they had 3 20-point scorers in a Game 7.
Sam Merrill was the unsung hero of that game. Because when you have a guy like James Harden who has the track record he has in Game 7s, which he still has because he did not play well, but you got a guy like Sam Merrill out there clipping like that, and he really the game was never – we talked about it. It was over before it started.
Yes.
So James Harden, he's struggling. He's a mental midget. It doesn't matter because you got other guys stepping up and playing out of their minds.
What's crazy is we all know, and OG Tim Hardaway said this, we all know what type of game James Harden's going to have in Game 7, right? But he's so great because he is one of the greatest players of all time that it's possible that he can explode and detonate for sure. But James Harden had 9 points and shot 2 of 10, and we still lost.
By a lot.
By 30.
By 30. That's what I'm saying. If you lose a game like that when James Harden plays like that and Donovan Mitchell walks you off at the end or something, you lose by a bucket, that's one thing. But to get dog walked by 30
at home in front of our home crowd
when their second best player was Sam Merrill,
number 1 seed.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough way to go out. Now let's talk about this though.
Okay.
Because you and I, this is how I'm kind of coping with it. I don't think the Pistons would have beaten the Knicks.
I don't think the Pistons would have beat the Knicks either.
I think they could have matched up okay, and I think they could have pushed them to 6 or 7 games. But I think the Knicks, they've been off for a week, they've gotten healthy, and they have more talent.
They definitely have more talent, and then off the strength of struggling with Orlando and Cleveland, we're not beating. I don't think it was going to beat the Knicks. Now, if the series would have actually played out and we actually got to play the Knicks, obviously I'm rooting for the home team.
Yeah.
But one thing I only can do is this: I'm always going to call it how I see it, and I'm always going to keep it real.
And you do.
And if I see that a team has more talent and more bucket getters, I'm going to call that out. And the Knicks have that.
The Cavs had that.
The Cavs had that too. And before Franz Wagner got hurt, Orlando had that. And I just think that's one of our biggest problems. A lot of these teams have more bucket getters. They have more guys that can put pressure on the rim more than we can. And it showed in Game 7. I don't want to hear that we were tired, we didn't have our legs, blah, blah, blah.
No.
That showed in Game 7. Nobody else can step up and score. Dennis Jenkins had 17. He led us in scoring.
Yeah.
So, I think that's a bit now, and we talked about this before. Now this is really going to come into play because Shams Charania did report that now we're going to start going star hunting, right?
Yep.
And if you really look at it, Jalen Duren is a restricted free agent. Tobias Harris is unrestricted. Kevin Huerter is unrestricted. Javonte Green is unrestricted. And Dennis Jenkins has a team option. I'm getting the hell on the phone, and I'm calling Milwaukee, and I'm calling Phoenix.
Yeah. We've been on this for a couple weeks now. I mean, it's the hot name, but it's got to be talked about. It's Devin Booker. He fits like a glove on this team. He fits like a glove with Cade Cunningham. A backcourt of Devin Booker and Cade Cunningham.
And again,
would have won that Game 7.
Yes, I think so, because now we have another guy that can at least give you 30 when everybody else is struggling.
And take pressure off Cade while doing so.
Right. So, and OG brought this up. Who would you trade for Devin Booker? I would trade Jalen Duren. I would trade Ron Holland. Some picks, whatever you can come up with. I'm getting on the phone. And then in terms of Giannis, I tell, and OG get on me all the time, I'm trading Little Caesars Arena. I'm trading Belle Isle. I'm trading some Coney Islands for Giannis.
The Ambassador Bridge.
I'm all that for Giannis.
I will say
the people mover.
The only thing that changed my mind, and we did mention this last week, but I want to harp on it again because it's worth it. The only 2 guys that are untouchable to me are Cade and Asar. The way Asar D'd up in this conference semis, to me, he proved that he should be more the priority for the future than a Jalen Duren, than an Isaiah Stewart.
I agree with that.
Definitely than a Ron Holland.
I agree with that. I'm going to say this too, though. Asar got to develop a jumper, bro.
He does, and I think he will. I guess that's my point, is I'm willing to be a little bit more patient with him because he is so great at one thing. He is great at defense. So I'm willing to be patient with him. Jalen Duren's not great at anything. Ron Holland sure as hell isn't great at anything.
And look, man, Lindsay and them hate when I say this, but it's not just me talking about Jalen Duren. It's former players. I was watching Gil's Arena the other day. Shout out to Gil's Arena. And Kenyon Martin was getting on him. It's like, big fella, you not playing hard. You think you are, but you're not.
And these are guys who played.
And these are guys that played the game and they understand what they're watching. It has nothing. Look, I think a lot of players, when you're a player in the league, you have to understand that it comes with criticism.
Of course.
And we're living in a world, I think, where people can't take constructive criticism anymore. People call it hating. I'm not hating on nobody. These guys are making millions of dollars. I ain't hating on you. I played the game too. I might not play at the NBA level, but guess what? I know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right? I started noticing that right away. Why is Jalen Duren getting outplayed by Wendell Carter Jr.?
From the jump, man. Game one. Game one against Orlando.
And it's never one player. Obviously, it's a collection. But when you're supposed to be the second best player on our team and you're not playing like that, back in the day when I was hooping, you would be benched.
Yeah.
The coach would be like, look, dog, it's not that I don't believe in you, but we need to win these games. We playing like you playing like a scrub. We're benching you and get your mind and your mental right.
I didn't actually think it was going to happen, but I said before game 6 that I wouldn't be surprised one bit if JB Bickerstaff had started Paul Reed. Because of how Jalen Duren performed in game 5 or lack thereof, and because of how Paul Reed performed in that third quarter specifically. I think it went 6 for 6 from the floor.
Yeah.
I know that's a while ago now, but my point is, like, to your point, if a guy's playing that well or not that well, you make adjustments as a coach. And I thought maybe JB would pull that trigger. He didn't, and I'm kind of glad he didn't. But the bottom line, Tezz, the big picture is now I'm not glad the Pistons lost, of course. Like you said, I'm always rooting for the home team.
Right.
But they now have a realistic evaluation of the season and what this team looks like. Because
and what it needs.
That's what I'm trying to say here. Because I think, like I said, the way I'm coping with this, I don't think they would have beat the Knicks. And if they did, they sure as hell weren't beating OKC or San Antonio.
Hell no.
No.
I don't think it was going to beat the Knicks. I'm just going to put that out there. I think the Knicks, I know what they did in the regular season, but to me, the playoffs is different. The same thing happens. We saw what Jalen Duren did in the regular season and what he did in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get to that. SGA low-key kind of been struggling in the play. SGA.
Yeah.
Right? So
the MVP.
Yeah.
Two-time.
Hear me out. And hear this out. Here's another one. Following Detroit's ugly Game 7 blowout, Paul Pierce says the Detroit Pistons should seriously consider shaking up almost the entire roster instead of simply running it back next year. He said, I would have thought this was the first game of the regular season the way they played. It didn't look like they had their life on the line, season on the line at home to advance. And I agree with him, man. I just feel like, especially how we won in Game 6, right?
Yep.
I'm like, there's no way with the energy that's surrounding the city, LCA, how we're playing, there's no way we're going to come out in Game 7 and lay an egg.
Yeah.
No way.
And that's what I don't mean to just beat the dead horse here, because people have had a couple days to process this. They know what happened. But to lose that way, the context always matters, Tezz, right? Like if you go to the Super Bowl and you get your ass kicked by 50 points, people are going to talk about that a little differently than if you lost on a walk-off field goal.
Right.
The Pistons got their ass kicked.
They got murdered.
7 at home.
In front of everybody. I'm appalled. To Cleveland.
Yeah.
And shout out to one of my good friends. We going out. She's supposed to be meeting me out later, right? I told her, let's make a bet. If Cleveland win, I owe you a shot. If blah, 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 I am pissed. I got to dig in my pocket.
Well, and here's the thing. You had the right to feel confident going into Game 7. That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
I was confident as I've ever been. As confident as I've ever been in a Pistons game, in a Pistons win, in a Pistons team, whatever. I thought there was no way. Like you said, looking the way they looked in Game 6 in Cleveland, I thought coming back home in a do-or-die situation, which, like I said, they've shown before against Orlando.
I thought there was no way, dog.
I didn't think
we
so
got
either.
murdered. And I'm watching out the starters in Southfield. I'm watching it. I knew it after the first quarter.
Yeah.
I'm like, Cleveland about to win this game.
And you knew it at halftime, too. The only hope was maybe the first 5 minutes of the third quarter.
Oh,
some adjustments or something.
Went down by as many as 35.
And they came out the exact opposite way.
You can't do that. As a coach, as players, you cannot get murdered by 30 in a Game 7 in front of our home crowd. I just that left a bad taste in my mouth. And moving forward, if we don't address another guy that can put the ball in the basket, it's going to be some problems.
I agree.
Victor Wembanyama delivered an all-time playoff performance with 41 points and 24 rebounds and 2 blocks as San Antonio beat OKC 122-115 in double overtime. It was a classic game. Shout out to Floods. I was at Floods watching it. Game 1 of the Western Conference.
Hang on, you're always somewhere watching something.
Yeah, man. I love it. And I cannot watch stuff at home. Like, I like being around people. Wemby, I'm running out of adjectives to describe this man.
It's a good way to put it.
I have never seen anything like this.
On both ends.
I hope the basketball guys do not play with us and he becomes injury prone, nothing like that. I hope this man stays fully healthy because you want to see how this man's career plays out. The youngest player ever to record 40-plus points and 20-plus rebounds in a playoff game. The first player since Wilt in 1960 with 40-plus and 20-plus in the conference finals debut.
Mm-hmm.
Only the second Spurs player ever with a 40-20 playoff game, joining David Robinson. The first player, I can go on and on. What did you see from Wemby? And are the Spurs going to win this series?
Saw everything from Wemby. And I was talking with Lindsay and Tim beforehand and asking them, like, hey, if the Spurs win game 2 in OKC and they take both, is there a chance they just sweep?
I don't know. I don't think you.
I don't think that's going to happen. I'm just saying. OKC has. They got all the pressure right now, though.
Hey, look, they stole home court as you're supposed to do,
and it took double overtime to do it.
Yeah, it took double OT, and De'Aaron Fox didn't play.
Yeah.
Shea had 24, 12 assists, 7 for 23, only 4 turnovers. I can live with that. How can I put this? I picked OKC to win the series in 6.
Okay.
It's only one game. They're going to make adjustments, but they have no answer for Wemby, bro. And now another thing is, why are you putting Alex Caruso and J-Dub on Wemby purposely?
When J-Dub just got back, too. He's just getting his legs back under him.
Now, I wonder he had 41 and 24.
Yeah.
Right? And look, shout out to the Monks. What the Monks did, they unlocked this man Wemby, bro. I don't know how long Wemby spent with the Monks. I don't know if it was like a week or whatever. But him shaving his head and being around the Monks, they unlock something in this man's brain.
Yeah.
To where he has this killer mindset that I'm going to demoralize you. And Chet Holmgren, bro, I'm going to need some pride. 8 points, 8 rebounds. You're 7-1.
Yeah.
Ever since you beat Wemby in the Junior Olympics, he has been coming for your head.
And you're a champion. Like, we're not selling you short here. We're trying to pump you up. You are a champion, Chet. Like, you've done this before. The way the Spurs play basketball too, it's a good matchup for OK, or it's a bad matchup for OKC. It's a good matchup for San Antonio. So I know you say regular season playoffs are different because they are, obviously, but the Spurs love this matchup right now. The Spurs got to be feeling better than anyone else out there right now.
The Spurs are 5-1 against OKC. And
like they even feel better than the Knicks do right now. After having a week off and the Knicks have been sitting back and they're feeling, good about themselves, their health and everything. The Spurs are feeling even better than them because they already got the one leg up.
And Dylan Harper is special. See, what they're doing is they got this 3-headed monster in Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox, and Stephon Castle, right? And Stephon Castle is a dog. I always say he's a more athletic Drew Holiday. I think that's what he is.
I like that.
He's a more athletic Drew Holiday, right? He reminds me of Drew Holiday. He's not as Drew Holiday is not as tall because Drew Holiday is about 6'4". Stephon Castle is 6'6".
Yeah. Same style of play, though.
Same style of play. Not the best shooter, can defend. I'm going to say that Stephon Castle might be a little more physical and aggressive.
Sure.
But what they're building over there with Castle, De'Aaron Fox, and those Dylan Harper, who's a rookie, had 20, 10, 5, and 5 steals. He is special. And look, I'm not changing my pick, but that'll be crazy if San Antonio Spurs win a championship this year.
Well, and let's be honest, we've been talking about how good OKC is all season and how they've been the best team all season. It's on the board that OKC just rips off 4 wins in a row here. It could happen.
It could happen.
It could happen.
It could.
You know what I mean? And like we said, it took 2 overtimes for the Spurs to finally pull away.
Yeah.
But I'm going to stick with my original prediction, which is Spurs in 7.
Oh, yeah, Spurs in 7.
I got
okay.
Spurs in 7.
I get okay.
Because I did put a lot of stock, admittedly, I did put a lot of stock into the regular season.
I'm going to say this, though. Shout out to SGA for winning MVP back-to-back. Here's my thing. He's the 14th player ever to win back-to-back MVPs, the 7th player of the century to repeat as MVP, the first guard since Steph Curry in 2016 to repeat as MVP, and he's joining.
And who was the last back-to-back MVP? Jokic. And before that, it was.
I know Giannis. Did he win back-to-back?
He might have.
I think Giannis won back-to-back.
And then I know Bron did in 12 and 13.
We're gonna say, look, if SGA not only wins back-to-back MVP, like you just
I know what
did,
you're going to say. We're going to have a conversation
Finals MVP, Western Conference Finals MVP, and he hoists another trophy, we're going to start having some real interesting conversations about where he ranks. Very uncomfortable about where he ranks in terms of not only the top guard of all time, PG, and also top player of all time.
Yeah.
Because SGA get this cool, killer Kobe vibe going to him. The way he's talking, walking. And if this man wins another finals MVP and wins another championship, I think now he becomes the greatest Thunder of all time for sure.
I think he already is, but yeah, I got you. And there would be no debate.
Anybody that says he is, I'm not mad at that. I'm not sure if I can quite give that up yet, because
I get what you're saying.
Russ
like there's still a discussion.
And KD,
there's still a discussion right now. If he wins another ring and a finals MVP, there's no discussion.
There's no discussion.
No.
And this man averaged 30 the last 4 years, 4 or 5 years. Shooting percentage is nuts. Over 50% shooting. Clutch points, clutch player.
Not last night, though.
No, not last night. But here's the thing. I saw this floating in the atmosphere. If he wins, is he better than Dwayne Wade?
Ooh. See, this is really, I'm about to say something crazy, and I don't believe this, but people are already saying that he's like better than Isaiah.
They need to be drug tested.
Well, I think so too, but I'm just saying. I mean, he's
not close.
He could have 2 rings and 2 MVPs. Isaiah doesn't even have 1, and I don't think
he
he's
does have
a
Finals MVP though.
Yes.
Isaiah has a Finals MVP.
Yes, he does.
He was playing at a time when Michael Jordan was playing.
Yes.
Who won 5 or 6 of them?
No, of course. So the context matters, and to be clear, that's not what I'm arguing. I'm just saying people are starting to say these things. Is he better than D Wade if he wins another ring and a Finals MVP? By the way, coming to a store near you. Check out the YouTube because we got Tezz merch. You need drug tested on a T-shirt.
Yes, for sure.
Crossover podcast. But anyways,
SJ is not touching Dwayne Wade, bro.
How could you argue that? Though?
First of all, Dwayne Wade is a 4-time champion. Second of all, I've seen Dwayne Wade average 30 in the finals, right, and go berserk at his prime, at his peak. SJ ain't better than him, bro. I've seen it. Dude, I've seen it over and over.
Okay, but you could at least acknowledge it's a discussion.
I don't think it's a discussion.
You don't think it's a discussion?
No. Dwayne Wade, I think people have amnesia and they need to go get their brains checked out because Dwayne Wade is a monster. He's already the third.
I know that. That's what I'm saying.
Third greatest shooting guard of all time. SJ would never be a third best point guard of all time.
But that's the problem with these kind of debates and these discussions, which you and I love to do. It's like, you almost have to rip one guy down to build the other guy up. That's not what I'm doing here. D Wade is up there. But if SGA wins a 2nd ring, a 2nd finals MVP, and he already has the 2 MVPs, I don't know how you can argue that. Because he's just getting started too. He just got into his prime like 3 years ago. That's all I'm saying.
Do you think this OKC team beat the Miami Heat with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh?
No.
All right. No. If you put prime D Wade,
by the way, you just conveniently left out LeBron James, but that's okay.
I didn't say LeBron. Oh, my bad. But if you put prime Dwayne Wade versus prime SGA, he's murdering SGA.
Okay,
better defender
but
than
that's
SGA.
Not the question.
3-time NBA champion, Finals MVP, 8 All NBA teams, 3 All Defensive teams. Doing flash.
But this is my point, Tezz. Like I got that. D Wade was like my favorite player growing up. I love D Wade. Okay. SGA is just starting to build and accumulate all his resume, though. That's what I'm saying. So he's right in the heart of it.
So all this goes away if he doesn't win a championship this year, right?
Probably for now.
Yeah, it's going to go away because.
But they're favored to do so. Even after losing game 1.
I've been picking them all year. I've said all year. Okay, I've said all year that SGA was going to win MVP. I've said it for the start of the season.
You said all year the champion was coming out of the West.
Champions. I'm picking OKC to repeat.
Yeah.
So I've just been seeing that in the sports world and social media. I feel like too many people are talking Wade like he wasn't him. And it needs to be stopped. Dwayne Wade is an absolute monster. Third greatest shooting guard of all time. Flash, averaged 30 in the finals.
To be clear, though, people were saying that, and you were seeing that on your algorithm because you guys said prime D Wade was better than prime LeBron.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
OG,
that is
Bubba
crazy.
Dub said something. Everybody channeled in. And then you know what? It's all opinion. You know why? Because OG, what he's looking at is killer instinct. I think a lot of Bron fans, they look at his stats, right? So they look at, he has the most points ever. He 10,000 plus assists, blah, 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 blah. But if you filter through all that, right, the point is to win, right? So if you filter through all that and you
he
look
won
at
more than D Wade did.
Yeah,
So what are you saying?
He had to join with D Wade for sure, right? He had to join because he couldn't win shit in Cleveland.
That got it started, but then he went to Cleveland and then LA. And you're probably one of those people, you don't count the LA ring, do you?
Hell no. The bubble, no.
Do you count Tom Brady's 7th Super Bowl?
That's not a bubble. That wasn't COVID.
There was no fans.
Man, look.
What's the difference?
Man, it's not a bubble. It wasn't that Mickey Mouse championship. They should have just.
I didn't mean to throw you off.
They should have just.
I just find it.
Cut the season short.
I find it convenient that people talk about the LeBron. It's only because LeBron won it. They don't talk about Tom Brady's Super Bowl. They don't talk about the World Series with the Dodgers that year.
Tom Brady got 6 more. Just say if you did eliminate and like that, he has 6.
And LeBron has 3 more.
Right. LeBron has 4. But I think it's the way these players see. A lot of players can see through that, and they look at the heart of a player, right, and the killer instinct of a player. We've seen LeBron James too many times choke and come up short. I've never seen Michael Jordan choke. I've never seen Kobe Bryant choke.
Let's get back to the root of it then. So you're telling me right now, like that, we can respect D Wade all we want. Prime D Wade over prime LeBron.
I didn't agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all. I just wanted to hear you say
no.
it. That's all.
It's not far off by much because I've seen prime D Wade and I've seen prime LeBron. D Wade was right there. Do I think LeBron is better than D Wade? Yes, for sure.
Okay. Thank God.
But what I understand where OG Tim Hardaway was coming from because I've seen that killer in Dwayne Wade at the highest level.
Yeah.
I've never seen that we consider as a superstar except for LeBron. I've never seen it's levels to superstardom. We get it. Isaiah, shout out to Zeke, is a superstar, but then you got Steph Curry and Magic.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's different levels to it, but I've never seen Kobe and Mike choke. I've never seen Shaq choke. You can say he missed free throws, that's his flaw, but I've never seen certain players choke, and you can see while doing it that they're nervous and the moment is too big. To me, that matters.
So okay, it matters to me too, and I get what you're saying. And when people bring up the LeBron debate, that's always what they point to is the 2011 finals, right?
I've seen it before that.
But let me ask you this: where was D Wade then?
D Wade was averaging 26 points a game.
He played well.
He was doing his part.
He played well, but
they needed LeBron.
My point is, in 2006, D Wade beat that Mavericks team, not the same team, obviously, but Dirk Nowitzki, right? Why couldn't D Wade lift him up when LeBron was slacking a little bit?
He was doing his job. D Wade was averaging damn near 30 that series.
So was LeBron not doing his job in 2018?
No, LeBron, look.
Because you bring up finals record. I'm just saying.
Right. LeBron is great, right? I'm going to put it, he's great. In 2018, he was doing his job. But if you want to put him in the rooms as Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, then you got to go to that level. It's different levels to it.
Was Michael Jordan doing his job when he dropped 60 against the Celtics, but he got swept?
Yeah, but wasn't he a rookie?
He might have been a rookie.
Okay, he was a rookie.
I forget what year it was, but it was the Celtics.
He was a rookie.
Yeah.
Right, they didn't win. Look,
but this is my point, is you're giving the context because you should give the context. With LeBron debates, you got to give the context. You ignore it. You just bring up finals record.
I always do. But I've seen so many performances from LeBron James where I'm like, LeBron James is choking right now. He's being he's nervous.
So many?
Yes.
How many?
I've seen him in the Boston series when he quit on Boston, when he quit on Cleveland against Boston. I've seen him in 2011. Before Ray Allen hit that shot, LeBron James was choking, bro.
That series was cooked.
He was choking.
Let me ask you this, and now we're going down a whole different rabbit hole.
Okay.
You're a Kobe guy.
I am.
This is a true question.
Yes.
Explain 05 to me.
You talking about, is that the year with Phoenix when they were up 3-1?
No, that's the year that he completely missed the playoffs, his first year without Shaq. and they only won.
That's fine.
They only won 36 games.
That's fine. So once you lose Shaq, what I love about Kobe Bryant,
missed the playoffs, Tezz?
Yes. But guess how many times?
Let LeBron miss the playoffs in his prime. You would kill him.
It's a difference. So it's different circumstances, right? First of all, the West is difficult. You just lose Shaq, right? You shout out to K Boogie. You just lose Shaq. So now you need some time to rebuild your team. Kobe Bryant doesn't do like LeBron and picks players and recruit them. Yes or no? Does he go out and recruit? No. What I love about Kobe,
you have a point, but I guess
he built it from the mud. He took his lumps after Shaq left. Is that not true or not? After Shaq left, from the mud, right? Let's rebuild this thing back up. And let's go to 3 straight again, and I'm gonna win 2.
I know. I hear you, Tezz. I hear you.
So that's what happened.
We agree more than we disagree. It's just the LeBron Kobe thing that drives me nuts because we always want to talk about how LeBron joined up with certain players, but we don't want to talk about what Kobe didn't do without Shaq and or Pau Gasol. It doesn't get talked about. It's like it just gets sanitized.
He won more without Shaq than Shaq won without him. He went to 3 straight without Shaq, won 2 of them. Won MVPs without Shaq. All that.
He won more championships than Shaq won without him.
He won 2 finals
not
MVP.
Winning in general.
He won.
Shaq was a winner before he got to LA.
No, he was not.
He made a finals in Orlando.
He lost. He wasn't a winner.
Okay, but he was a winner.
No, he lost.
Kobe misses the playoffs the first year Shaq leaves.
That's fine. You lose Shaq. You gotta rebuild the team. That's fine. That to me, that doesn't bother me, right? LeBron James has missed the playoffs in his prime with the Lakers. Yeah, when he got
hurt on Christmas Day.
Man, LeBron James has missed the playoffs
for the first time in his career. By the way, he got hurt.
I want to say he missed the playoffs twice with the Lakers since he's been a Laker.
Yeah,
that's in his prime.
He did. Yeah,
same shit.
He's not still in his prime.
No, not now. Well, his prime is lasting longer. But in his prime with the Lakers, he was in his prime when he first joined the Lakers. He was still in his prime.
So these are all semantics, but I love this because I think our audience enjoys the definition here. So give me Kobe's prime. Just what's your definition of Kobe's prime? I think
Kobe Bryant was in his prime / the best player in the league from 2002 to 2011, right?
Okay.
In 2012, LeBron James won his first championship. Then he won in 2013,
and
right?
MVP,
if you want to say
MVP.
If you want to say LeBron James became the best player in the league in 2012, that's fine.
Okay.
But LeBron James, to me, hasn't been the best player in the league for as long as Kobe to me, because during that time, we saw Steph Curry win 4 championships.
Yeah.
Right? So that's when I say it's no disrespect when I say what's his era. But in 2002 and 2013, you won back-to-back. And that was it. Then you leave and go to Cleveland. You win 1. And then you come to LA.
4 straight finals.
Yeah.
With Cleveland.
But you lose 3 of the you shout out to you. You came back from 3-1, beat Cleveland.
Kevin Love hurt in round 1. Kyrie hurt in game 2.
Cool. That's a part of the game. You can't be mad at that. Just like
you can't be mad at it, but you got to bring it up.
Yeah, it's a part. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows they were hurt.
It's just context.
But were they
That's
hurt?
All I'm doing.
Were they hurt for all 4? Going
Kyrie
4 straight?
Kyrie was no.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. They weren't hurt all 4,
but they won the next year.
Yeah, and then that was it. Then LeBron.
Then
leaves
Kevin Durant
again.
went there. That's what happened.
Kevin Durant went there. But if you're the GOAT, it shouldn't matter, right? You should say, man, forget Kevin Durant. I'm about to murder him. And then you go to the Lakers. So to me, I want to say LeBron James has probably been the best player in the league to me from 2012. Say about maybe 2012 to 2018.
Okay. I can accept that. I think it's a lot longer than that. I guess my question to you would be, and these are, again, all semantics. If Kobe's the best player in the world since 2002, how the hell does he miss the playoffs? Period. Because you say it shouldn't matter if you're the GOAT. You shouldn't lose to Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
If you're the best player in the world, how do you miss the playoffs?
Do you remember the roster?
You can't be top 8 in the conference?
Do you remember the roster? Can you name one player on the roster?
Can you name one player on the
7
Cavaliers?
Yeah, I remembered that. I'm just saying, first of all, you're in the East. If you put Kobe Bryant in the East, he's never losing.
The East then was just as good as the West.
No, it wasn't. You know why? Because once LeBron James joined Miami, that shit was cheating. You put LeBron James, the talent that he has with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, if you gave Kobe Bryant, they didn't want to give him Chris Paul. If you gave Kobe Bryant, Chris Paul, and Carmelo, he'd have 10 rings.
Okay, but that year, Kobe couldn't even beat Dirk. So what do you say?
Nobody could beat Dirk. Dirk won a championship. LeBron couldn't beat Dirk. OKC couldn't beat Dirk. Dirk had one of the best finals runs I've ever seen. Also, he turned into Larry Bird that year.
He did have one of the. We talked about this a couple weeks ago.
was coming off a championship.
One of the toughest runs ever.
Yeah,
in all of sports.
And when I saw Dirk playing like that, I was like, "This is his peak." After that, he never played like that again. I knew it when I was seeing it. When I was watching it, I'm like, "This is Dirk's peak. This is the highest he was ever playing." He was playing like he was the best player in the world that year. But let's not forget Kobe Bryant was coming off a championship.
Hey, I do love Kobe. Like I've got him in my top 5.
Swept, though.
I just think you put LeBron. There's a double standard with LeBron that you don't hold Kobe to.
Yes, I do.
He's the best player in the world. He misses the playoffs.
Missed it. So what?
So what?
LeBron's been swept more times.
Finals, so what?
LeBron's been swept more times, definitely in the finals. Look, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan's never been swept in the finals. They don't even know what that feels like.
Tezz, it's prime Kevin Durant.
That's no excuse.
They put the finals graphic up there.
Kobe and Mike gonna get you at least one in the finals. We know that just off history.
Do you know what LeBron's numbers were in that series?
I know. I watched it. He was killing.
Okay.
You can't get swept if you go.
LeBron, you can't drop 51. You got to drop 60, and then Tezz will get your respect.
Hey, I respect LeBron. He's top 5. He's top 6 all time for sure.
You switched up there. You said top 5.
He's top 6 all time.
Top 6
all time. I get LeBron top 6.
All right. All right.
Let's talk about this real quick.
What a detour that was.
Yeah,
My
but
bad.
hey, that's what people want to talk about.
Yeah, it's good.
People want to talk about it because number one, this is TNT, bro.
Yep.
We are not holding any punches, right? At all.
Nope.
It's no excuse for Kobe Bryant to miss the playoffs. But guess what? He did. Does that put a strike on you in terms of the GOAT debate? Not to me, because I look at finals, right? I look at when you get to the big game, how do you perform?
I guess I get that logic. A lot of people use that logic. Trust me, I understand. I just don't get penalizing a guy for getting to the finals and losing rather than not getting there. That's what I don't understand.
Because the objective is to win.
Going to 4 straight finals with Cleveland and losing to a better team, to me, is better than, say, he lost in round 2, but he doesn't have that finals loss on his resume.
That's
what I'm saying. Like, I don't get that logic.
I do, because the point, if we're talking about tiers of greatness, of GOATs, and it's not tearing another player down, it's levels to it. Okay, LeBron's great, period. Okay, now let's look at finals record. What did you do in the biggest game on the planet of your career in these big games? We've seen them have great performances, which we've all seen it.
A lot of them.
But we've also seen meltdowns. We've also seen sweeps. We've also seen choke jobs, right? That matters to me. I've never seen it. My 2 other GOATs outside of LeBron James at being at 6 is Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. If you want to argue anybody else, that's fine. But from what I've seen from those 2 players, and then when I look at LeBron and speak, I've never seen a meltdown. I've never seen a choke job. So, never.
And that's fair, Tezz. But I guess here's my question. So if we can bring it back to SGA for a second.
Okay.
We talked about SGA and Z. If SGA wins a title, again, wins finals MVP, he's got 2 finals appearances with 2 championships. Isaiah lost the finals.
He did.
He went 2-1 in the finals. He has 1 fewer finals MVP. So again, I'm not arguing this because I don't just stick to the rules all the time. I still think Isaiah would be ahead of SGA, but how could you, with that logic that you're using, how could you argue that SGA is better?
I think it was a tougher type game back then too. I think that's what,
and I agree, by the way.
I think puts Isaiah over the top. It was the physicality of the game and who he beat.
Yeah.
He went on a run that beat Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson.
In one season.
All we renown and know them as at least top 8 all time.
Right.
SGA, when you play Indiana in the finals, I'm not taking away from him, but Halliburton does go down, tears Achilles. I'm thinking, and you can ask Lindsay, I thought Indiana was going to win that game. I thought when Halliburton was going off, I'm like, man, because how that Indiana team was built, Rick Carlisle did a hell of a job, and they were built to beat OKC. So before that, I picked Indiana to win that series. I thought they was going to win that game 7. But how Zeke on a bum ankle, you beat Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson.
Well, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, I totally agree. I agree.
He didn't look at Michael Jordan and say, "Oh, that's Michael Jordan. No, well, we ain't gonna beat him anyway." He didn't look at Magic and Larry Bird. It's like, well, It's Magic and Bird. They got the better team. We're not going to beat them anyway.
My point,
That's what LeBron fans, Blazers do.
My point is,
they got Kevin Durant. We're not going to beat them anyway. That's
horrible.
horrible.
You're giving a lot of context to Isaiah's legacy, as you should. For some reason, you don't give any context to LeBron's. It's just wins and losses. That's all it is.
And choke jobs. And I've seen performance. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. Like, this man choking right now.
Stop it. Stop it.
Scoreless. Man,
missed the playoffs in his prime. Let him do that.
Hey, he has missed the playoffs in his prime.
He's in his prime in LA?
Yes, he was.
Really?
Yes, he was. Well, he went to LA. He's been in LA for 6-7 years.
You played 23 years.
Hey, no, see, you can't do that.
Why can't you?
You win 4 championships in 23 years. Is that good?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan won 6.
It is hard to win.
Jordan won 6 and 15. Right? Which one would you rather have? If you put Michael Jordan, if he played 23 years, Michael Jordan would have more points, all that. He did more in a less amount of time.
Look,
LeBron James did miss the playoffs in his prime.
Look, you're never going to change my mind. I'm not going to change yours. It's good discussion.
You said Kobe missed the playoffs in his prime, so did LeBron James.
Every other superstar has a sanitized resume and a sanitized discussion. LeBron gets picked on like there's double standards all over the board. That's just me.
You said did Kobe
We're going to do
Bryant,
this every week. We're going to do like 10 minutes on this every single week.
Did you not say Kobe Bryant got swept in his prime?
He did.
You saying LeBron James when he came to LA was never in his prime?
I think maybe the first year, but he got hurt on Christmas Day, Tezz. How
many times did
he miss the rest of the season?
Did he miss the playoffs in LA?
Twice.
He was in his prime that second time.
How many times did Kobe miss the playoffs in LA?
I want to say, are you counting after he tore his Achilles?
He was playing for LA, correct?
Are you counting because he tore his Achilles? So worst injury in sports, never the same.
Look,
LeBron James never tore his Achilles.
Again, this makes me sound like a Kobe hater. I'm not. I love Kobe. I'm just saying. There's a double standard.
I want to say they both missed the playoffs around the same amount of times, LeBron and Kobe. I just know LeBron's been swept more, which matters, right? That matters. Being swept more matters. You can't get you one.
05 Kobe Bryant. Go look it up.
Yeah,
Go look it up.
I was there. I was right before I graduated high school. Were you even born? Because I watched it. You saying it like I don't know.
I was 5 years old.
Right, and you literally lose Shaq 1 year prior. You have to rebuild a team.
This
you
is what
just lost Shaq.
but you even explaining
Do you even know who
this is
Chucky
what I'm saying.
Atkins is and Brian Cook and Dana Barrows? And do you Slava Memendinko? Do you even know who that is?
I don't.
All right. So the schedule is out and the Lions are getting thrown right into the fire. Primetime games, a trip to Journey Josh Allen. The Lions released the schedule. It's one of the easiest schedules that I've seen. New Orleans, they play Buffalo the second week, though.
Yes.
The Jets, Panthers, Cardinals, these are all wins. Green Bay is going to be tough. Vikings, they don't know who that quarterback situation is. It's probably going to be Kyler Murray.
Right.
If I'm the Vikings.
It should be.
The Miami Dolphins. If you look at this schedule, is fairly easy. Are the Lions still legitimate Super Bowl contenders?
Absolutely. And the schedule is a big part of that. Don't get me wrong. They have the easiest strength of schedule as far as, record from last season, teams you're playing and stuff. And that it's just part of the story. I know I used to talk to Rob Ruick about this. He's a Lions legend, right? Okay. And he would always say there's no such thing as an easy schedule in the NFL. And I agree with that. I totally agree with that. But it has to be part of going into the season when you're simply playing the schedule game and counting wins and losses. The Lions have at least 11 wins on that schedule. You would like to think, right?
I think we're gonna. I got to check my meter outside. I'm always gonna. I said the Lions gonna win about 13, 14 games.
Yeah, which I could see happening
this season. But I don't give a damn if your schedule is easy or hard. In order to beat a man, you got to beat the man. I don't give a damn what the Lions do in the regular season anymore. I don't care. I don't care. You can call me a hater. I am very passionate about my Detroit teams. And even though Lindsay and them call me a hater, I know what the hell I'm talking about. We missed the playoffs last year, did we not?
Last season proved that because you won 9 games, but you missed the playoffs.
Right. And we had a hard schedule. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. In order to beat a man, you got to beat the man. It's Super Bowl or bust. I don't want to hear no excuses for Jared Goff. I don't want to hear no excuses about the offensive line. I don't want to hear no excuses. Our window is closing fast, right? And it could have been closed when we lost in the NFC Championship game to San Francisco.
Yep.
Right. And then we get murdered by Jaden Daniels. Right. After having a bye. So looking at this schedule, we can easily win 14 games, but I don't give a damn what we do in a regular season anymore. We have to win in the playoffs. We have to win a big game. We have to win when it counts because we've never done it. The amount of stress and suffering that Lions fans have endured over the years for a team that's never sniffed a Super Bowl.
Right.
It's Super Bowl or bust. Go ahead.
I've said this so many times, and I think you agree here. There are certain things in sports that you have to see to believe because they've never happened before. The Lions getting to the Super Bowl, let alone winning one, has been on that list for forever. They've never made it. And you're exactly right. Because we have seen this team get to the NFC Championship game and have a lead at halftime, a convincing lead at halftime, nothing short of that's going to be good enough. Nothing. Because we've seen them get that far at least. So the next step is it's only one game further. You know what I mean? That's the next step. That's the only way you can top that.
And look, I know I'm not the biggest Jared Goff guy, but he's our quarterback.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that Jared Goff is a screw, nothing like that. He can play. But I've seen Jared Goff in big games get rattled and scared to throw the ball after he's been picked off 3 times, right? In a big game, particularly against Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
3 picks and a fumble. That's
Bad.
4 turnovers by the quarterback. And I've seen that a lot. And I want to see him step up and be a Super Bowl winning quarterback. You've been to a Super Bowl.
So let me ask you this, because I know you're not a Goff believer and you don't think that he can be like the superhero that leads you. I don't think anyone really thinks that, honestly. If they do, they're crazy. Need to be drug tested. To use your cliche. But do you think he's good enough? Do you think he's good enough to win a Super Bowl?
Here's the thing.
Sam Darnold just did it.
Shout out to Sam Darnold, but I think it wasn't necessarily because of Sam Darnold. Kenneth Walker won an MVP.
Correct. And then they let him walk, by the way, which was insane.
So
he's a Chief now.
It was. I'm not going to say it wasn't because of Sam Darnold, because Sam Darnold had that reputation.
He didn't lose the game for him.
He didn't lose the game, but he did have that reputation. We've seen Sam Darnold choke plenty of times.
Yeah, we have.
I was happy for him. I'm proud of him. Is Jared Goff good enough? Just being a homer, I'm going to say he just has to prove it to Montez Allen.
And that's fair.
Period. I don't know.
Because I actually would agree with you. Like, I think he's right outside, maybe just inside the top 10.
Yes.
In the league.
Yes.
So is that good enough? Should that be good enough for a roster as good as the Lions have on paper to win a Super Bowl? Yeah, it should.
It should. But, we're going to see. But with the Lions, with that schedule, it's an easy schedule. It's no excuses. We should win 13, 14 games.
Yeah.
And we better not get a first-round playoff. If we get a bye, whatever. But we better not be bounced.
So 2 quick things. I think the floor is 11. I really think that. I truly believe that. If this team stays even relatively healthy, the floor is 11 wins. And then if I set the over-under at 12.5, today, would you take the over?
Yes. I think we're going to win over. You said 12.5?
12.5.
I think we can win. I said 13 games.
13 games.
Real quick, I just saw, I'm on Twitter. Somebody just said that OKC should trade Chet for Giannis.
Oh, Milwaukee's not doing that.
Oh, my God.
Milwaukee's not doing that.
Oh, shoot. If that happened, good luck.
Chet for Giannis straight up?
You probably add some more pieces. Lou Dort, maybe.
Yeah. The Thunder have picks, too. They got what? The 12th overall pick this year, I think.
Yeah, they do. If you put SGA and Giannis together.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
Game over.
Let's talk about this on our way out. Shout out to the homie Drake. I know he dropped 3 albums. But
did.
Iceman is a monster.
Favorite track?
Janice, shut the F up. Teach me, baby. That song is cold. Look, you can talk all this shit about Drake and Kendrick all you want. Drake is by far leaps and bounds better than Kendrick Lamar, bro.
Okay, so I totally agree with you there. I think most people do. I think the majority of people agree with that. The problem is the people that the Kendrick defenders, the people that are in Kendrick's camp are louder. They talk louder, they criticize
Drake
louder.
Drake is better overall, makes better music, better hits, better slappers, bang. I think he a better rapper.
He's a bigger celebrity.
Better, makes more money. Look, it's no skips. Make them cry, cold. Dust, cold. Whisper my name, cold. Janice, shut the. I've been banging that pause all day. I was at Bell all day. Ran to Atlanta, cold. Shebang, cold.
It's a hell of a song.
Make them pay, cold. National Treasures, cold. What did I miss? Cold. Plot twist, cold.
What did I miss?
All of them is cold.
Yeah.
Drake, 333 million certified units sold. Kendrick, 57. Drake, he has 10 diamond singles. I understand that Kendrick has 22 Grammys. I get it. Having Grammys make you better?
No.
Or are we just talking about rapping?
Jay-Z's got more Grammys than Kendrick.
Drake, 5 Grammy Awards. I get it. Kendrick has 0 solo diamond singles. Kendrick is a monster, but I think what Drake does, he can relate to everybody, right? And the man can spit. You can talk about ghostwriters. You'll be surprised how many rappers out here got ghostwriters.
Oh, they all do, except for like Jay-Z.
And probably Wayne, right? And I know Wayne had the thing with Gilly back in the day, but ever since then, Wayne don't got no writers, bro.
No. And I think the thing about Drake, too, that he has that not everyone has, and I don't think Kendrick has as much, he's just self-aware.
Yeah.
He knows how great he is. He does not need to go out there and prove it to you. There's no insecurity complex there. Not saying Kendrick does. Relax, everybody. But you get what I'm saying.
Reach me,
Drake
baby.
knows how good he is.
Call my phone and say you need me, baby.
So I got a couple start bench cuts for you that relate to rap. Okay, we're going to switch it up this week. Along these lines, Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, Drake.
That is easy.
Easy?
Yes. Starting Lil Wayne. I'm a Lil Wayne head. Now, I'm not saying that Jay-Z is better than, I'm not saying that Jay-Z is better than, that Lil Wayne is better than Jay-Z. I'm saying I'm personally starting Lil Wayne. Gotcha. Lil Wayne is my GOAT, but Jay-Z is the GOAT, if that makes sense.
It's like Michael and Kobe with you.
Right. So Michael Jordan's the GOAT, but Kobe is mine.
Yours.
Okay, so I'm starting Lil Wayne. I'm benching Jay-Z and Drake out of there.
Okay, I'm flipping the start and bench. And then I'm still cutting Drake, but I'm starting Jay-Z. I'm benching Wayne. I'm cutting Drake.
Okay. You got another one?
Yeah, I got one more. So Drake albums. All right. So these are my 3 favorite Drake albums. He's got a lot to choose from, right?
Yes.
Take Care. If you're reading this, it's too late. Nothing Was the Same.
I'm starting Drake. Nothing Was the Same.
Really?
Yes.
I thought you would start Take Care.
No. I'm starting Nothing Was the Same. If you're reading this too late, I'm benching. And then the last one, Take Care.
You're cutting Take Care.
First of all, Drake, I'm putting albums. Drake doesn't miss, bro.
I know it's hard to pick 3 for that.
Is after this album, Drake is top 5 all time. Hands down. He's better than Nas. So. He's better than, it's no disrespect.
I don't know about
He's
that.
He's better than Nas,
I got you. I know what you're saying.
Look, dog.
You're going to get me fired up.
For All the Dogs was cold. Her Loss was cold. Certified Lover Boy was cold.
I liked Views.
Views was cold.
People didn't like Views. I liked Views. I thought Views was great.
Drake is top 5 all time, in my opinion.
I agree with you. I just don't think he's better than Nas.
Yes, he is.
He's not.
Now, and that's no disrespect. Nas is more.
Nas is a better rapper.
Hip hop.
He's a better rapper.
Like he's a hip hop OG. Like
Drake might be a better artist. Nas is a better rapper. Come on, give me that. Give me that at least.
Here's the thing. People talking like Drake can't spit though.
He can.
Like he can wrap circles around people.
We're talking about Nasir Ben Oludara Jones.
For a long time, my starting 5 in terms of rappers in order is Jay-Z, Biggie, Pac, Wayne, Nas. A long time.
Okay. But now you got Drake in there.
From this?
So you got Nas at 6, you got Drake at 5.
Teach me, baby. Reach me, baby. Call my phone and say you need me, baby. Hey, Drake is better, bro. Drake is better than Kendrick.
He's gaining for sure.
Yeah,
Nas is still putting out albums though too.
Hey, look.
Credit where credit's due. Nas is still going.
From Vancouver, you from BC, baby. Hey, see through it, sneak peek, babe. Man, this dude is cold. Shout out to Drake. Probably gonna have the best album this year. Iceman. I don't know who anybody gonna beat that. I don't see anything
topping that. We're already halfway through the year as well. It's almost June.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Hey, that's another episode of TNT. I'm Tezz, Trent. I know we went on a long soliloquy about it, but none of this is scripted. We might come up with topics, but we just going off the dome.
LeBron Kobe thing is never going to end. Yeah. I'm never going to change his mind. He's not going to change mine. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm like an old man.
I'll tell you that for free.
Old man stuck in my ways. Young man stuck in his ways. Hey, we bring you heat each and every week. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube, TNT. We just created that.
Just getting that started. Yep. Tezz came up with a great intro that you heard at the beginning of the episode.
You're going to hear an intro. And just keep rocking with us. Peace and blessings. See y'all next week.